Welcome to Conspiracy Friday. Today we'll be debunking multit0mt0m. In episode 35,
The sun, a
multit0mt0m's an idiot.
giant nuclear furnace that is 93 million miles away, producing heat and light. Wrong.
That's literally your evidence? Wrong. Personal credulity is at work again. So I think multit0mt0m has now cut to the point of realizing that the sun, if it was that close in this flat Earth model, it would burn us up. So now, better deny that it's hot.
The sun is close and local, and it's true that the sun produces light. However, the sun itself is not hot. The sun produces heat, but not the way that you think it does. This website is called Cool Cosmos, and it's from
Get your popcorn, everybody. This should be good.
Caltech. Like most of mainstream science, there's so much wrong with this article. Almost every sentence in this paragraph is wrong. So let's quickly go through the article. The sun is a star. Wrong.
It is a star, though. Wait, are you saying that? Are you saying that now? You're just saying that? Oh, the heliocentric model doesn't say that the sun is a star.
If mainstream science doesn't know the difference between our sun and the stars, then there is not much hope in our learned friends.
The sun is a star, though. It's a G-type star. Oh my god.
Scientists. Our sun is unique. Nothing else has the same properties as our sun.
Not really. There are other G-type stars, you know, like Alpha Centauri A and Pegasi 51. Not really. No, it's not the only G-type star in existence.
Stars, on the other hand, are really tiny compared.
Oh, okay. You're talking about your flat Earth model. You do know that they're explaining the heliocentric model this website, not flat Earth model.
To the sun.
No, they're not. Oh my god. multit0mt0m has literally become a 5 years old. No, not even a 5 years old is that dumb. A 3 years old. A 3 years old logic. My man here doesn't understand anything about perception and how things are far away, they're small. Our sun is actually, compared to other stars, actually quite small. It's not hard finding a star that's bigger than the sun.
Stars have electromagnetic charges going through them. They are being charged, and this charge produces
Electromagnetic radiation is still heat. You do know that, right? Oh my god, like every multit0mt0m video just stinks of lack of research.
starlight. You can see this effect when you zoom in on a star. All stars have different colors, shapes, and sizes.
Well, I wouldn't say shapes, but yeah, colors and sizes are pretty accurate. I think like there's like the range of shapes of stars range from like slightly oval from spinning too fast or a sphere.
It is a huge, spinning, glowing sphere of hot gas. Wrong. The sun is not as big as they claim it is, because the sun is in our atmosphere. It is close.
Now, I actually have a question for all of you guys. How do you explain meteors? Because if the sun is in the top layer of our atmosphere and meteors are coming in our atmosphere, why did the sun just like melt them way before it even reaches where we can see them? Like most meteors don't hit the ground, but like where did the meteors come from then? Plus, why did the sun just melt them if because meteors come from the top layer from atmosphere, according to your Earth model? And what's keeping the sun up there if this Earth was flat, which it isn't? What's keeping it up there? What's making it over the moon? How is Antarctic? It's nighttime for many months. If the sun is keep on moving and the moon is keep on moving in your Earth model, these answers can be explained by the round Earth model.
And local. The sun is actually a spinning, glowing sphere of plasma. The sun is just like the stars you see in the night sky. Wrong. See my previous answers. It appears so much larger and brighter than the other stars because we are so close to it. Wrong. I know that you are saying that the sun is only 93 million miles away compared to the other stars which are light years away. No, both the sun and all the stars are within our atmosphere and close.
What's keeping them up there then? So according to you, it's not even attached to the glass, to this dome that you speak of. It's in our atmospheres. What's keeping it up there? What's keeping it up there? You're literally relying on too many things that you made up on the spot.
And contain most of the mass in the solar system. Wrong. There is no solar system.
Is there? Do you have evidence for that? No, you don't have evidence for that denying the solar system.
The heliocentric model is just a model that was created.
And the flat Earth model is just a model created by a bunch of people who didn't understand the world.
By Nicolaus Copernicus. And we've been living on it ever since.
The heliocentric model wasn't created by Nicolaus Copernicus. People believed that the Earth was round way before Nicholas. It was Nicholas saying that the Earth is in the center of the universe. But I mean, if you mean by heliocentric model like the solar system, then yeah, Copernicus did hypothesize about it. And flat Earth was just the way that people used to like to try to explain the world, like myths. You know how they try to explain the world, yeah. But flat Earth and myths they've with the same in common. They're fictional. The heliocentric model is accurate because there's lots of evidence. The flat Earth is dismissed because evidence that doesn't prove your point is thrown out the window. It doesn't matter.
The sun is above us in the sky. It travels from east to west on a daily basis.
Yeah, flat Earthers must really hate Arctic and Antarctic because they Because they disprove this.
The Earth is an enclosed system, and all luminaries are within the container. All of the planets in our solar system, including Earth, orbit around the Sun. Wrong. As mentioned about a minute ago, there is no solar system. Planets are not planets. They are wandering stars, meaning they do not have a regular orbit. The Sun travels around the Earth.
That is not true. You can notice a pattern in Jupiter, Mars, and Mercury. If it was random, this pattern wouldn't exist.
Not the other way around. So it looks like our friends from Caltech are completely wrong about the Sun. They don't have a clue what the Sun is.
That's me describing flat earthers be like. They don't have a clue what the sun is.
The men in white coat give us this cartoon as an example of the layers of the atmosphere, or rather the atmosphere plane.
Remember, multit0mt0m, this isn't to scale.
There's so much wrong with it. For example, look at the temperature gradient. As you rise in elevation, the temperature reaches 0, then goes below minus 85 degrees centigrade. Then all of a sudden, it magically rises to 2000 degrees centigrade in the exosphere. There is absolutely no evidence for this.
Thermal imaging would like to disagree with you. Why there's a massive temperature gradient is because there's a lot of oxygen and nitrogen up there in the thermosphere and exosphere, and so they absorb heat, and that's why it's hot up there. While in the stratosphere and mesosphere, there's not a lot of oxygen and nitrogen, which is why people, when they go high up, such as Mount Everest, which it's cold up there, but like it's not even like as a stratosphere, like oxygen. She noticed that the oxygen decreases, right? Yeah, so it decreases more. So then it's cold up there because there's not a lot of nitrogen and oxygen to absorb the heat. But then there's increased amount of in the thermosphere. There's an increased amount of oxygen and nitrogen, which makes it hot. Now in the troposphere, the cold air above it. The troposphere, the reason it is very hot is because the cold air and the hot air below it and the cold air above it do a lot of mixing.
They just made it up because they felt like it.
No, you're describing flat earthers now.
Nobody can prove those kind of temperatures at elevation. The hottest temperatures ever recorded are at places like Death Valley, California, the Sub-Sahara region, North Africa, Kuwait, Iran, etc.
How do you explain that? These places, if the sun was keep on moving throughout the world, it would have no time to concentrate its heat into places like these.
That is because the sun is directly overhead, over the Tropic of Cancer during the summer solstice. And likewise, during the winter solstice, the sun is directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. And places like Australia, South Africa, and South America receives the hottest temperatures. This proves that the sun moves between the tropics.
No, it doesn't, because I've noticed something while you were rambling on. So the sun, in your Earth model, when you're trying to explain the seasons, in the winter solstice, apparently the sun moves further away from the center. So that means someplace in Africa or in the or someplace in Africa, it would be nighttime for a long time during the winter. And the hemispheres. I was in winter in the southern hemisphere, in the northern hemisphere, and summer in the southern hemisphere.
And this is one of the major reasons that we have seasons. The sun itself is not hot. I repeat, the sun itself is not hot.
The what makes these places hot?
The sun is within our atmosphere plane. It is close and local. Now I will explain how the sun generates heat. The sun produces electromagnetic radiation. The sun rays are in fact this radiation. On Earth, we have a thinner atmosphere plane at height, at elevation, containing less denser gases such as the noble gases. At ground level, we have much denser gases such as nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc., etc., etc.
Then what makes the above atmosphere hotter then? Because if all the oxygen is down below, right? Yeah, but in the heliocentric model, the right one, the correct one, the thermosphere has a lot of oxygen and nitrogen, which is why it makes it so hot. But however, in your model, you can't prove the thermosphere is hot with like a weather balloon or something like that. So in your model, if oxygen and nitrogen are down and there's nothing above, not even in the thermosphere, nothing, like you said there's no gases, but like if there's no oxygen and nitrogen above in the thermosphere, you can easily prove this heat with like thermal imaging and stuff. So what makes it hot up there then?
So the sun charges the ions in these dense gases, and the electrical charge from the sun generates heat. This is the major reason that the temperature is much colder at height. If the
Well, by the thermosphere.
sun itself was hot, then the opposite would be true. The dense
No, I wouldn't. Plus, you're speaking of the flat Earth model, which is incorrect. Oh, so yeah, the sun is hot. It's far away, and yes, the above atmosphere layers are hot also, and so is the ground. Because multit0mt0m, your fantasy doesn't actually explain everything. Because it's made up on the spot, your flat Earth fantasy.
density of the different gases also explain the pressure gradient system. According to our friend Wikipedia, the current official highest registered air temperature on Earth is 56.7 degrees centigrade, which is 134.1 degrees Fahrenheit, recorded on 10th July 1913 at Furnace Creek Ranch in Death Valley in the United States. So the highest temperature the sun can generate is around 60 degrees centigrade.
What makes the place hot if the sun isn't hot then?
So once again I repeat, the sun is not hot. Thank you.
No, 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 no. No. So you're basically saying the sun is 60 degrees Celsius because that's the hottest it could produce. But if the sun is moving, it wouldn't be able to concentrate its heat into Death Valley. Or any other of the hot spots, really. Plus, up there in the thermosphere, it's very hot. So then the sun would actually be much hotter if it could be able to make the thermosphere 1,500 degrees Celsius. Making the exosphere 2,000. But then that will just cook us up and down there. And your solution to that problem is to deny the thermosphere and exosphere existence. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed today's episode of Conspiracy Friday, we have learned about multit0mt0m that he just denies anything that goes against him.